Hello, and welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh Paszynski. Today I'll be giving you more SEO tips, specifically about rechecking your on-page efforts and learning how to be a big brand. So today's SEO tips are going to be all about rechecking your on-page efforts, where we are in the process, and where you should be in the SEO process by now. And then we'll start getting into more off-page kind of stuff. But a few housekeeping things. I'm joined today by my co-host, Greg Bassani. Say hi there, Greg.
Hey Josh, how's it going? How is everybody today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. If you've never seen the SEO plus AI show before, where have you been? We are the absolutely finest YouTube show on SEO and AI, the intersection of SEO and AI. SEO is all about AI these days. If you're not doing AI, if you're not learning about AIs, you can't rank, because that's all Google is using, is to rank pages as AIs. And you need to use AI to go faster, better, stronger than your competitors. And that's all we're going to show you how to do today in our ongoing SEO course. So the SEO plus AI show is a live show we do Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. You're welcome to join live and ask any questions that you might need or want to ask. Go ahead and ask them on the right-hand side in the chat. I think it'll be over there for you. Ask me any SEO questions at all. I'm happy to help you out. I've been doing SEO for 25 years. 30-second answer from me can save you $30,000. So go ahead and ask me any questions you want. Also, you can ask questions in the below the description, the comments below. So make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click the bell and smack the monkey and kick the guy in the ding dongs. Whatever you need to do down there to make sure you're getting emails that we're broadcasting. Go ahead and click those things so you can get all those wonderful, juicy notifications. Also, check my description for more information. I have a 10% discount coupon for anyone signing up for our AI SEO Copilot. Again, that's a 10% discount in the coupon, only for Josh subscribers. Make sure you check in the description below. So, an SEO course, you say? SEO tips, you say? An SEO course taught in SEO tips. Yes, that's what I say. That's what we're doing. And these are going to be tips 15, 16, 17, I believe, today. But if you're like, well, where do I see this SEO course, Josh? Where do I see these SEO tips? Let me show you. Here on my YouTube channel, you can see, here we are at youtube.com/jbashins. That's where you are. Make sure you like and subscribe it. We've got some of the videos that people have been watching and people have been talking about here. But here we have the full SEO course in small chunks, all lined up for you. You can see most of them are 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just a little short. So you can get an SEO course in just little bite-sized chunks. And I've published up to 10. Some of them are a bit longer because they had to go on for a bit longer, but that's up to 10 there. And then there's longer videos. You can click deeper and get more information about that. So, and here's the past live streams as well. You can also watch live streams. We have guests on as well. We know the finest of the SEO peoples on the YouTubes, and we invite them on to the shows. So go ahead and make sure you watch that. So without further ado, before I forget, I just want to make sure you guys know what we're all about. So I run Underground SEO University. Email me for 50% off if you're an SEO Copilot customer. Email me with the subject line Secret Sauce, and I will give you a 50% discount because I'll know that you're one of my subscribers and I know that you're an SEO Copilot customer. Speaking of which, go to SEOCopilotAI.com and try the AI out for free for 14 days or 10 pages or 10 reports pages roughly. You'll be able to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Make sure you go back here as well in my channel and learn the SEO tips as to how to do it and what to do and why you're doing it. That will help you out using the software quite a bit as well. And then finally, again, any SEO questions, please email me at joshpaszynski@gmail.com. So today, SEO tip number 15, recheck your on-page efforts. Recheck your on-page efforts. So by now, you should have been going through the SEO tips. And if you've been following the SEO tips I've been published up till now, you should have a site with 100 pages a month, roughly, because you're doing it with a high AI, which can produce a lot of content, but produce it at a white hat level quality, at a very high level quality. We have proprietary spam scores and proprietary heat scores. So what is heat? Heat stands for, I've taken the Google acronym of EAT, which is EEAT, experience, expertise, authority, and trust. Your content must show expertise, experience, authority, and trust. I add another T on the end of that for timeliness. Your content has to be timely as well. And then I put an S on the front of that for the acronym SHEET. You need the sheet for on page. You got to be the sheet, which of course is a play on words, but I'm serious. You need the semantic keywords on your page. You need the helpful keywords on your page. You need the expertise, experience keywords on your page. You need to show authority, that you're talking about this like an expert, that you know what you're talking about. Therefore, they can trust you, and you also to be timely. That's everything you need for on-page, more or less. And that's what our SEO Copilot gives you within like 10 minutes, which we take 10 hours of work of research to find all that stuff out. And we condense it down to 10 minutes and write your content for you in about 10 minutes. And so with about an hour of jiggery pokery, 10 minutes for some pages, and you don't have to do any jiggery pokery. Sometimes the high quality article comes out as perfectly fine. But up to an hour of jiggery pokery just to make sure the human has edited this and made sure it's of high quality, checked all the scores out to make sure that's good. And we'll be reducing those times over the year. We're going to be making the high quality article even better and faster. Instead of a high quality article, we're going to do the perfect article generator, which is going to generate a perfect SEO article 99% of the time. We'll be building that out this year. But right now, sorry, we've taken 20 hours of work and we've condensed it to 1. I apologize. I know everyone wants it to 20 hours to be 2 seconds. We've got it down to 1 hour. 20 hours. Yeah, I know, Greg. I'm sorry. We've taken 20 hours of work per page, got it down to 10, 20 minutes if you don't really care very much, or an hour if you really care. An hour for the hardest page of SEO ever. And then we have the stats to prove you're ranking all day long. Go ahead and check out how they ranked number 1, Josh Baczynski. There we go. Okay, so this one here. This one we've had Josh Baczynski. We've had about 12,000 views or so. And it's very popular. Go watch this video to see how they ranked number 1 and find out how they ranked a SEO page to number 1. I won't go over it. I've been over it in this video. But this can definitely tell you how to use SEO Copilot to get the ranking factors that these people got. It's actual, real, true stats. So go ahead, use it. Okay, so if you've been following the course thus far, you're now at the point where you have a site that has around at least 100 pages after a month of building, 5 pages a day, 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, 25 times 4, around 100. Depending on it's a 5-week month, then you could have 120 to 125. If you're doing that for 2 or 3 months, now you've got a few 100-page site. You did all the keyword research with SEO Copilot to begin with, right? So you found the easiest keywords to rank for that made you the most money. So you avoided 90% of the SEO traps of trying to rank for the worst keywords to begin with. Never listen to your client. Never listen to your boss. You're the SEO. Never listen to your brain. Don't go, hey, brain. Come in, brain. What should I try to rank for? Don't do that. Go to SEO Copilot. Find the easiest keywords to rank for that our AI analyzes and does 10 hours of analysis for you in, again, 10 minutes to find out what's the hardest keywords to rank for and the easiest ones that will make you the most money. And we make a good approximation of the money you can make. It's a rough ballpark, not a promise, but we have a good approximation of the money you can make behind each niche. So now, not only do you have a site that's ranking, you're ranking on page 1 after a few months of effort, just doing on page because you chose the right keywords to begin with. You've got the right on page. You've got a little bit of traffic coming in now. You did a little bit of paid traffic to come in. You've been posting on forums and stuff that's been related to the area. Those have been past tips that I've been doing. You've got a little bit of revenue coming in, or at the very least, you're making some micro conversions. We talked about macro conversions. Again, go back and watch previous tips if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. You've got at least the micro conversions going on of the SEO conversions of them learning about your stuff, and now you're a trusted authority and Google's ranking you at will. Now is a good time to take a step back and reanalyze your entire process. Just take one quick step back. So this is where we are in the process. You've been ranking, you're 2 or 3 months in, you're already ranking page 1, you already got a couple keywords ranking spot 1. You've checked your conversions. You've got some traffic to check conversions if you're not getting organic traffic yet, but you should be, because you should have checked the easiest keywords to begin with, and you should have avoided niches in general that were too hard to rank for, and you should have avoided keywords in those niches which are too hard to rank for, and you should be getting some good rankings now. If you're not, go back and watch the previous tips. And if you're like, Josh, that's impossible. You can't rank in 1 to 3 months. And I say, bullcrap. Of course you can. Of course you can. We do it all the time. We do it day in, day out at SEO University, and we do it day in, day out in SEO Copilot. It's just that there's this myth in the SEO industry that thinks there's something like there's some kind of arbitrary time period called the sandbox. That's not how Google works. Google can't afford to work that way. If some new topic comes up that's hot, that nobody knows anything about, Google has to rank those pages immediately. They cannot and do not have a sandbox like that. If you are giving Google all the sheet, if you're giving Google the sheet, if you have the semantic keywords, the helpful keywords proving you're helpful, The expertise and experience keywords proving you have expertise and experience in this niche, or as much as anybody else, or as much as what the other experts are talking about. Therefore, you have authority. Therefore, they should trust you. And you're timely. They will rank you immediately, right? And the reason why they're not ranking you immediately is because you didn't find the right keywords to begin with, and you didn't give them the sheet. And you didn't build a big enough site fast enough that accrued enough trust rank, if you will, right? So I teach you how to do that. Go back and watch the previous tips. But this is where you are now, right? And so now what you need to do is take a step back and reanalyze that process. So SEO tip number 15 is recheck your on-page efforts. Take a step back, see if you're ranking for the right things. You've got rankings now, but see if you're ranking for the right things. See if this is making you the money that our AI guessed you might make. See if you need to change your conversion paths. See if you need to change your traffic sources for your paid. See if you need to change your design. See if you need to change your CRO. See if you need to cut bait and run. See if the business idea you had for this business, because after all, each website is a business, right? You're supposed to be making money in a business. See if that business was going to work as well as you thought. See if you like doing client SEO. See if you like this client. See if your client is doing well. See if you need to charge your client more. See if you need to charge your client less. Or check in with your in-house job. See, is this what I wanted it to be? Did I want to do SEO? My very first SEO tip was, do you even want to be an SEO? Was my first SEO tip. I've been doing this 25 years, and I've been educating people in underground SEO university and helping people build their careers in SEO for a good 7 years now, at least. I help people build careers, and many people have built careers there. They've gone from junior SEO to senior SEO to marketing manager to CEO, literally. Multiple people have had those paths, right? And the first thing I've realized that you should teach people when you're coming new to SEO, so I don't know if this is people who already know SEO or coming to this channel. I bet it's both. And people who are very new to SEO, they got laid off or whatever, inflation's going on, they want to make some money from home, from COVID or whatever it was. And they're like, okay, maybe I'll be an SEO. I'll try this SEO thing. Maybe I can make money online at home, right? Sadly, SEO is kind of tied in with that niche. And I say sadly because there's a lot of snake oil in that niche. It's not sad to make money from home at all. This is my home office. I work from home. It is a delight, I assure you, or I love working from home. I hate rush hour traffic. I despise it, having had to drive in it for 5 to 10 years of my early career life until I finally got out of that rat race and started working for myself, right? That's how long it took me to decide to work for myself, 5 or 10 years. By the time I was 27, 28, I was working for myself, right? I started at 19, working at the University of Winnipeg, fixing computers and setting up computer networks. And I was just a dumb kid. And I was like, I don't know, rush hour. What's this rush hour thing that people complain about? It can't be that bad. And let me tell you guys, the rush hour in Winnipeg is terrible. Even though it's not even 1 million people living there, for some reason, the road system is just screwed up. And there's too many rivers and too many one-way streets. And everyone goes downtown. Everyone works downtown and lives in a donut around the town, right? So all the traffic goes boom in the middle of town, and then all the traffic goes boom outside of town. It takes an hour to get anywhere in rush hour. Even if you're going like 3 miles, it takes an hour. It's just stupid. It's a prairie. Every highway should be 8 lanes wide. I don't know why. It's not like they don't have room. That's all you have in Winnipeg is room. But anyway, I digress. So there's nothing wrong with working from home. There's nothing wrong with making money and working from home. The only problem is kind of the snake oil that sadly permeates those industries. And I know, Greg, you could probably speak to this as well because you're a business guy. You've been around for a long time. There's a lot of snake oil in how to make money online and how to make money at home that people really have to watch out about. Would you agree, Greg?
I do agree, very much so. I've been watching it and following it for several years. And I think Google is finally is going to be putting the hammer down on them. It's really, I get a little pissed off even. And I'm not too emotional of a guy, but I just can't stand these people trying to sell these opportunities that are just so fictitious in their claims. Unfortunately, people do buy into it because they are very good at selling it. I mean, I even sometimes am like, oh, well, maybe I should check this out. And I know better.
Yeah.
And, I think Google is saying no mas, we got to get rid of these people. People who are really trying to help the internet and help Google search. Sure, they should be around and have a career in SEO. But these freaking, whatever you want to call them, not ethical people, they got to be booted. So I think Google's going to come down on it this year and beyond. So much easier now with AI capabilities. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my two.
No, I agree. I agree completely. And so I'm not going to out anybody. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm just going to say, watch yourself. That's why here at the SEO Plus AI show, we always show you the proof. We always show you the stats. We always show you the honest results of what's going on. We'll show you the good and the bad. If you join SEO University, you'll see that too. We have a wins channel and a fails channel, and we've got tons of wins in there. We got a few more fails, not as many compared to the wins, but we do have fails in there as well. People will be very upfront about, hey, this worked or this didn't, And also on the show here, we'll show you the stats of how well people are ranking with our systems and with our methods and methodologies. So that's what you need, right? You need to ask them for the proof, ask them for the evidence. And sadly, in most of these cases, you're going to find it's lacking. But anyway, so you need to take a step back and see, okay, do I even want to do this job? That's SEO tip number 15. And it's important enough for me to make its own tip. I've done SEO for a few months now. I've done X work and gotten Y results. First question, what, do I even want to do this anymore? Is this a fun job? I'm doing it from home, or I'm doing it in an in-house job, or I'm doing it for a client. Do I really like that, working with a client? Is this client good to work with? Whatever, blah, 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 blah. Now's the time to take stock of where you are, poke your head up, take a look where you are, what's going on, and decide if you even want to do this and make any changes you can make. And let me give you some good suggestions, some good tips of changes you can make. One, if you don't like that client, find more clients or different clients. Two, if you don't like working at the low end of the funnel, like you're selling your services for too low, then try going on Upwork, or try doing a YouTube like this, or try going on SEO forums and discussion groups and helping people, and then you upsell them in private later on after you've helped them a lot for free. Dial your services up. My team charges $100 an hour. I charge $1,000 an hour for my personal consulting, but my team that I bill out, I charge $100 an hour, in 5-hour, 10-hour, 20-hour increments. That's kind of the industry standard. So I've stuck with the industry standard. If you're not charging that much, maybe you should. Maybe you're just shortchanging yourself. Or on the other end, I've done contracts that are like $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month for big SEO consulting packages for people. And I realized I don't like that level of contact with the customer, with the client, because they kind of treat you like an employee, but they don't treat you that well because you're not going into an office every day, and sometimes even when you go in an office, they don't treat you well either. But they kind of treat you like an employee. If I wanted a boss, if I wanted that kind of thing, I'd still have an in-house SEO job, of which I've had many. I'd still have an in-house SEO job, and I'd be working that job. I don't like that. I like being my own boss. I like setting my own time. I like working from home, those kinds of things. Or you might not like that. You might be lonely. You might be, there's plenty of people who love their office job and love going in there because they like, talking and the camaraderie and stuff like that. And maybe they like their office. Maybe they like the perks. Maybe there are gyms right there. Maybe they get whatever, massage therapy, or in their bonuses in their healthcare package, or whatever it is, right? This is now a good time after 2 or 3 months of doing SEO. Take stock. Am I doing it right? Go back, watch the tips if you're not. Okay, now I have some ranking results. Are they the right results? If not, you need to readjust. Find better keywords, find other niches, build new sites, and or add to this site. You need to decide whether to abandon this site. Is this site worth continuing with? Is there any money in this niche at all? Maybe try for some of the harder queries now and see if you can get them and see if you can make the money that you thought maybe should be in it. All of our keyword revenue ballparks, which are just ballparks, but again, they're pretty apples to apples comparing each to each in the system, are not a promise of how much money you will make, but it is based on some real hard data, some real hard science. The Google CPC data of what Google charges per ads, Google's own economist, a scientist, has published that on average, people make a ratio of 1 to 2 on spend to revenue for Google Ads, so we use that as our base. And so that gives you some sense of the money you're going to make. And then we know, based on a number of factual studies that come out, if you're ranking number 1, it's about 30% of the traffic that they report. And then conversion rates could be anywhere from 1 to 5%, or higher or lower. So we adjust the conversion rates and you get a ballpark from that. But maybe our ballpark is off. Maybe you're like, it's not really making the money I thought it would, or the micro conversions are not adding up to the macro conversion, the big sale that I hoped it would. You could adjust by adding more pages. You could double down on this thing, or you could decide to sell that site. Now that you're getting some traffic, you could sell it. Right? You can say, look, I've got some rankings. I'm getting some traffic. According to SEO Copilot, this should be making this much money on their keyword review ballpark. You can go ahead and use our, again, it's not a promise of the money, but it is some kind of indication of the money that should be behind it. Or you could say for Google Ads, people are bidding this, right? You could rent out the pages, possibly. You could also do rank and rent. You just had to pivot and adjust your business. You can rent out the pages to people who might want to convert. Maybe your macro conversion path sucks. Maybe your sales suck. You're getting good micro conversions. You're getting them right up to the point of their credit card is in hand to make a purchase, but then they bail out for some reason. Well, maybe someone else would do it better than you. Maybe you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I don't have the time to figure it out. You could double down and watch our previous tips on CRO and learn how to adjust your macro conversions and finally increase your conversion rate to something that makes you enough money to live off of or make the business goals for this you wanted to make. You could do that. Or you can go, fine, I'll just rank and rent it to someone else and I'll just get their $500 a month recurring income and they can convert it. Like, fine, you convert it. And, real estate agents and lawyers and people who know conversion paths really well, because basically they do sales for a living, they might be able to convert it better than you. And then you can watch to see how they do it. Maybe then you can copy it later on, or you can just keep renting it out if that's easier for you. Or you can go to flip it. You can go to all these places. You can sell the real estate. You can sell it and you can be like, okay, that's enough with SEO. Or you can sell it. I'm going to do some different SEO. Or, you can do all those kinds of things, right? Or now that you've seen what SEO job is like for 3 months, even greatly assisted by using SEO Copilot. And again, the mountain of work it used to be 20 hours per page to do a good page to guarantee rankings is down to 20 minutes or so. But you're still like, you know what, Josh, even though you've improved it that much, and that is quite the improvement, even though you improved it that much, I don't like this job. I don't like it. It doesn't suit me for whatever reason. It's too analytical, too scientific. It makes me too stressed out. I would understand that. It can be very stressful, right? There is no manual for SEO except for what I teach in SEO University. And I'll be very upfront there that I'm doing my best science I can. But at the end of the day, all science is a guess. All science is a guess. They guess the general theory of relativity is true. They've tried to disprove it like 400 times and can't. So it's a pretty damn good guess, apparently, based on the evidence. But it's still just a guess, right? And I'm doing a lot of research. We've got a lot of other researchers in there, and we're doing our best guesses based on the scientific research that we do. And we do pretty damn good science. In fact, there is no other SEO group that does as good science as our group does. I think the stats prove that. And I think the results when you join prove that. I've had students say, wow, I can't believe all the courses. I can't believe it's not just the rehashed same garbage everybody else has. I can't believe how much there is in the detail you go into. It's too much detail. Josh, stop. It's too much information. I've heard that multiple times, right? And you might be like, it's too stressful, that it's too guesswork, and an update comes along and I thought I was doing great, and then the update hits you. You got to be resilient for that. And I know Greg knows what I'm talking about. Everyone who's been in the business for a long time has had sites that have been hit, myself included. Of course my sites have been hit, right? If your sites haven't been hit, you haven't been doing SEO, right? If your sites haven't been hit, you haven't been hitting it aggressive enough and hard enough, or you haven't been doing it long enough with the breadth of knowledge. So you might not like that, right? That could be depressing. And then affiliate sales on top of that could be even more depressing or stressful for you because there's all kinds of extra problems. Like I've worked in every niche in SEO, pretty much every niche in SEO I've worked in. And affiliate is one of them. I made a lot of money in affiliate. I did very well in affiliate. The problem was I was doing so well, they decided not to pay me anymore. They're like, why are we paying this affiliate 30 grand a month when, they should be coming to our site? Like, why do we have to give an affiliate a cut? And so they stopped paying me, right? So I was like, okay, well, never mind. I'm not doing that anymore. So, that can happen, right? If some affiliate companies can be a bit fly by night. If you want to get into affiliate and know reputable affiliate companies that are definitely going to pay out and definitely going to support you as much as they can, that's sellhealth.com. I used to do SEO for them. Sellhealth.com is very, very good. I know they love their affiliates. They make millions of dollars on their affiliates every year. They handle their affiliates very, very well. And some of their products make a lot of money. So definitely sellhealth.com I can recommend for sure. When you call them, ask to talk to Bruce. If Bruce still works there, I believe he probably still does, or Mike. And tell them Josh sent you. Say, remember Josh, he used to work for you? Josh sent us. And they'll tell you what products are working and what you should try to do an affiliate SEO game for and what you probably shouldn't do an affiliate SEO game for. So, and then last, but not least, you can be like, okay, I'm just going to change niches entirely. I don't like this affiliate thing. I'm going to change to a different affiliate thing. I'm going to try a different way of making money. Maybe this rank and rent thing could be easier. And I think rank and rent is actually probably a lot easier in many ways than affiliate. You can also do parasite pages. Greg is become a master at doing parasite page SEO for various different niches. I'm not entirely sure how he wants to monetize those, but he's doing very well. They're all private. I can't share what the ones that he's doing with you, but he's found good ways of doing parasite SEO, and you might want to change to that. You could still use SEO Copilot. It doesn't have to be on a brand new site that you've made. You could be doing parasite SEO on various large sites that allow you to publish articles, and you can get those ranking. If you see a large site ranking in that niche you want to be in, and you see how you could get a page on there because it's either free or it's like a low cost to publish, then you might think about doing that, right? And then you can rank and rent those out. You can say, look, I've got this page ranking for a lucrative query in your niche real estate agent or your niche lawyer or your niche whatever. some niche that makes good money, and you need to have done that research to begin with. And so make sure, if you're like, Josh, I skipped the keyword discovery process, go back and do the keyword discovery process, because the chances of success are vastly reduced if you haven't done the keyword discovery process in SEO Copilot. Go back and do that process, sign up for our free trial if you need to, and just do the free queries to start off with and do the keyword discovery. And you know what niches are making money. And so you have a pretty good educated guess as to when you start cold calling these lawyers up, start cold calling these real estate agents up and say, hey, look, I've got real estate in Los Angeles, California, ranking number 3 on Google. Do you want these leads? Yes, great. I'll give them to you for free for a week or a month, however long. If you can convert them, then we can discuss whatever you think would be a fair rental for that page. And then the leads are yours. And then you have a recurring revenue income. And, if you got something ranking like that, like if you got real estate San Jose, California, or real estate San Diego, California, or something like that ranking from a Parasite page, and they can collect those leads and monetize them, that's worth a lot of money to a real estate agent, for example. I'm just using real estate as one example. So then you could rent them what, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month? Or you could say, you could do a percentage on their commissions. What are they going to make? What is the real estate agent going to make on a commission in a house sale there? 20, 40, 50 grand per house at least, right? They're selling millions of dollars houses there, and their commission is 10 or 20 or some percentage like that, right? 10%, something like that, 5, 10%. So they're making good commission on these sales. You could say, okay, throw me some back of that, but I would just do a flat fee. I'd be like, look, $1,000 a month, great. And then you got $1,000 a month for doing nothing. Doing nothing. It's already ranking. If it drops because of some update, you'll need to recheck everything in SEO Copilot and then re-put it up. But it shouldn't, right? It really shouldn't unless you did really lazy SEO. SEO tip 15.1. Don't do lazy SEO. Don't do yesterday's SEO. Don't do the SEO that everyone else is doing. Go above and beyond to future-proof yourself. And this is how you go above and beyond to future-proof yourself in SEO Copilot. You go to SEO Copilot. You sign in for free for 14 days, or our intro product is $50. It's not much. You go into the editor. You go into a page, and you make absolutely sure that you're in the green on all of these numbers. All these numbers have to be in the green, including the spam score. And you make absolutely sure that you run the body spam score, which has been increasingly important for the March update. If you're wondering how the March update works, here's a short on the March update. This last March update at my undergrad at university, we've got really strong evidence that it is all about the body spam score. You need to have a low body spam score. And when my AI Copilot here talks about the body spam score, it has to be pretty non-critical about what it is you're doing. This is the numbers of a page that did very well in the March update. Notice the heat scores are all in the green. There's nothing lower than a 7. Notice the spam scores are in the green and they're below the average top 5. And the body spam score is quite low. And it's saying that it's not that bad. In fact, it's even better if it says, yes, a quality rater would probably give this page a rating that it would be viable for page 1 rankings. That's even better. If you want to make sure you future-proof your SEO and don't do lazy SEO, you need to have green for all these numbers. Now, this one's not green. It's 0.1 off of the 4.1 it needs to be. It's at 4.2. But this statistically this starts to correlate with lesser rankings, but it's still probably fine, right? And look, their headings are very close to the number of headings you need, and their words are very close to the number of words you need. They're in the same tolerances for all the important metrics you need to be, and they're very close on this one too. So that's how you make sure you don't do lazy SEO. You need to check the 4 main numbers in SEO Copilot that will guarantee you're future-proofed and you're not doing lazy SEO. So that kind of rounds out SEO tip 15. Take a step back and take stock. It never hurts to take a step back after a few months, take stock to what's going on. Do I even like this job? How can I fix this job? Do I like these sites? How can I fix these sites? Do I like the revenue path? How can I fix the revenue path? Do I want to sell it? Do I want to rank and rent it? Do I want to cut bait? Do I want to double down on this site? Or do I want to double down on another site? And, there's pros and cons to both. You could double down on the original site. If you think, my micro conversions are great and I see the money there and I had really good keyword discovery results, it's a great niche, Not a lot of people have found it yet, and I could make good money on it. I need to double down and reinvest on this and get the SEO a little bit higher. I need to build more pages and listen to more Josh SEO tips. Or you could be like, you know what? My original keyword research wasn't very good, or the keyword review ballpark here is not that great. The keyword review ballpark should be in the thousands for your highest ones at the very least, and the hundreds for the lowest ones. And like in the tens for the absolute bare bottom of the barrel ones to make enough money. I'll repeat that. Here in SEO Copilot, just as a rough estimate, for you to know whether your niche is any good, like look at these niches: advertising, law, products, business services, painting, real estate, services. Look at the average keyword revenue ballpark per month of the monthly of what a big site in this should be pulling in more or less, right? So you're like, okay, and so you should look like this. You should be seeing thousands, if not tens of thousands in the upper end, and the lower end of your keyword ROI should be at the very least, the bottom of the barrel is like tens of dollars per month. And the sites you've been kind of building are the sites you've been building here. Let's do CPC min, $1, max $5. And the bottom of the barrel is starting to get into the hundreds, right? At the very least, like the kind of the most of the pages you built are in the hundreds, and the bottom of the barrel you built still had some dollars associated, in the tens of dollars. If that's not the kind of site you built, if it doesn't have the scale to grow to tens of thousands of dollars of revenue, you depending on the business plan you're doing, if a client's paying you, fine, a client's paying you. If it's an in-house job, fine, it's an in-house job. But realize your contract with the client and your job with your boss is not that safe, because they didn't apparently choose a niche that makes a lot of money to begin with, right? And at the end of the day, an SEO consultant is a business consultant. And you should, as delicately and as tactfully as possible, when appropriate, you should be being like, yeah, these are great keywords, but I've noticed these ones that are close by, they seem to make a little bit more money. Do you want to pivot to these ones maybe? You could do that at the beginning to save yourself some grief. Or now when you pull back and take stock, you can do it now. You could be like, these keywords, I can see they're making good money and we thought they would do well, but actually I think these other ones might do better. Do you want to try going for those, or should we double down on these ones? So that's just a good SEO tip 15.2. How much money should your niches be making as a rough estimate in my 25 years experience? And the answer again here is, let me show you. At the very least, the bottom of the barrel pages are in the tens of dollars that you're building. The most of the pages you're making for the first 2-3 months is in the hundreds of dollars, because that's usually where the ease is going to be. But at the top end, quite frankly, at the top end of your niche, when you sort by final ROI and you're looking at the average difficulty, you should be in the tens of thousands. You should be making tens of thousands of dollars in the top end to really know you're making good money compared to the rest of the internet, right? That's really how you should know. And you really should do some general searches like I did in here, just general searches on just general seed keywords like advertising, law, business services, products, real estate, services, painting, SEO, match prediction, white label phone booth rental. You can start to see the money that's in each niche: photo booth rental, smartphone with best camera. Look, there's a lot of money in smartphones. And anyone who's been doing SEO for a long time knows this. And they're like, oh yeah, these are all the niches of clients I've had over the years because they make the most money, right? Here's the phone client, and here's the photo booth client, and here's the SEO client. Here's the realtor. Here's the lawyer client, right? The business services, There's a lot of money in these niches, and that's what you should be looking for when you get to these kinds of things, right? If you're trying to build yoga classes for someone in Victoria, BC, they're not going to make a lot of money. And so, if that's the client you got, that's the client you got. They'll probably pay you in free yoga classes is probably what they will do. They probably won't even be able to pay you any money per month because yoga instructors typically don't make a lot of money anyway, at least not in a small town like Victoria, not in a small niche boutique town like Victoria. Maybe if you run a huge warehouse-sized yoga class where there's like one of the temples where Muslims are praying, and there's like 1,000 of them getting up and down on a regular basis, like a giant Catholic church of them getting up and down. If it looks like that for your yoga class, you could pack 1,000 people in at a time. Well, then yeah, you can make good money, right? But I don't think that's the case, and renting that out would be, that would be a lot of money, right? I don't know if you could get that many people interested in yoga. So you got to check to see how much money, and we are geolocated, so you can check per geolocation. We are geolocated for the difficulty, and for the keyword revenue ballpark as well. You can check how tough it is, how easy it is. And you can just get a glance here at how much money you can make. So that's tip 15.2. Remember the good keyword research. And as a ballpark, you should be going for something like this, where you've got tens of thousands at the high end, and you've got hundreds at the low level pages, so that each page you're ranking after the 2 or 3 months of following my SEO tips, you should have 200 or 300 pages ranking, and a good 10 to 20% of them should be making a couple $100 a month. Add that up, you should have $1,000, $2,000 a month coming in if you chose the right niche to begin with. So don't feel bad. Don't be like, oh, I didn't do it right. Oh no. It doesn't matter. Just go back and retry the keyword research, try to find better niches, do some general searches like I did, ask around, ask people around, what makes money? What niches are you in? Blah, 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 blah. Ask around, ask people, ask online, ask on Reddit. And they'll tell you, like in general, don't give me your clients, but in general, what niches should I do SEO for? What niches make money, or whatever. And then tell them I'm going to do a rank and rent, I'm going to do selling digital real estate, or I'm going to do client SEO, or all the above. Don't forget also, in SEO tip 15, don't forget also, you can pull back and be like, I've been trying to work Reddit for customers. That's a terrible place to find customers. People on Reddit are very aggressive, and they're very hostile to people trying to suddenly make money. They think everything should be for free for some reason, and they think that you're not worth the time to pay you for some reason, apparently. So you might want to go into other places where they're not so aggressive for that. So go to like a general forum where people are asking, really kind of like clueless SEO questions where they own a business. Sometimes buying leads. We've bought leads before, and they can convert pretty well, actually. You could do that. If you want to buy leads, email me. I might be able to help you out. I can get you SEO leads. Email me at joshbersinski@gmail.com. We have more leads than we know what to do with if we want to pay for them. It's just a matter of scaling up the money. They convert pretty well if you call them. So if you want leads from me, you could definitely do that. We don't necessarily have the throughput to handle 1,000 customers a month. That's a whole nother business. You need to be running an agency. I'm running an SEO company with a product. I'm not really scaled to deal with that many customers. I'm not scaled to deal with $1,500 a month customers, and I'm not scaled to deal with $50,000 a month customers. I need a Goldilocks zone of just right customers, and I have them already, and they've been with me for years. So sometimes I can rotate them in or out, but basically I have my permanent customers who've been in with me for a very, very long time. That's why I could sell you SEO leads. If you're like, that's sus. Not really. To be able to handle and accrue and take in these kind of low-level $300 to $500 a month customers and have like 100 of them you take care of at once, you need a SOP. You need to talk to Ryan on the show, actually. You need an SOP. You need a standard operating procedure. You need to train them. You need to have employees ready to take that in and have that throughput. So I can help you get there. I have the customers. I can resell leads to you. We have more leads than we know what to do with sometimes at the end of the day, depending on the season. So, and you can ask Greg. They do convert pretty well. Greg can call them and convert them at around 10, 20%. Is that about the rate you got going now, Greg?
Yeah, I would say that they're definitely fresh quality leads that people are looking for some SEO services. Obviously, I'm trying to promote an SEO tool, but they want an SEO consultant more or less. Some were very interested in the tool, maybe DIY, but more or less they're more focused on consulting. And so that would be perfect for anybody who's got a upstart consulting company. So yeah, they're good.
For sure.
Try.
And would you say your best guess, are they like around the 300, 500 level, or do you think they could scale higher to 1,000 or something like that per month?
Well, the ones I talked to were probably more on the budget end. So I would say, 500 or less, but there could have been some that didn't respond to me who,
they could already have SEO services, go for someone else.
Yeah. And you can find out what they're paying currently and then, work out a deal that way. But for sure, I would try them out. If that's what you're looking to do.
I think it's fair to say that would be great customers for someone starting on an SEO, a $300 to $500 a month customer, get 5 to 10 of those. That's going to be your workload right there for one person. You could do more if you're doing with AI. If you're using SEO Copilot, you could probably get 10 to 20 to 30 customers, right? And you're building out 5 pages for each a month. That could be your standard package, and that would be very easy to do. You're building 5 pages a day. You could do 5 customers a week.
Well, once you get down to routine with using keyword discovery and building an article and doing just minimal work in terms of editing it, getting everything in the green, you'll be like, dude, I could pump these out pretty easily. It's just it's a habit thing. You have to get used to it and then continue, force yourself to do it every day, just like anything. But it's so super easy to do and so definitely successful. At least the stuff I've been doing lately has just been super successful. Granted, on high authority sites, but it can be done. And I'm going after higher competitive keywords because I know I'm leveraging the authority of these what you call parasite.
Right.
Anyway, but I think it's something that you got to just get yourself into, get a routine down, and you'll see just the speed in which you can do these things equal less time equals more money. You can do more, make more, and I think that's the name of the game.
Yeah. And another lovely thing about the parasite SEO is a lot of SEOs use that to impress customers too. They say, oh, what's your keywords you want to rank for? What's your niche? Okay, look, see how fast I ranked? In 24 hours, I ranked this YouTube video or whatever it is for your keywords. I could rent this out to you, or definitely you should hire me, because if I could do this with this YouTube video, or whatever, I can definitely rank you, that kind of a thing. That's another thing that people do as well.
Yeah. And I know with the going thing with people saying that folks who are advertising that they are, ranking sites and Google is listening, YouTube, or reading for sure, those sites have manually gotten hit. You got to be a little bit careful on what we talk about and what we say. But I don't think it's going to go away. I just think that it's something that, if I don't know, it's crazy because of the speed in which I get things done and rank like extremely high. And I was, quite shocked at the speed in which it occurred.
And these are all white hat quality methods. Like if you look at our tool,
Very white hat.
We're the only one with a spam score. We're warning you if you're spammy. We're trying to save you, right? We're trying to warn you that you're being spammy, right? We have a heat score. We're telling you if you're being helpful and if you're being insightful and if you're being non-obvious. And that's the exact things Google's looking for with all their updates, including this March update. So it's all about using AI to automate the full quality inbound marketing white hat process that everybody wants to do. And that's what Google wants to rank.
And I don't know how they're doing this, but I know part of their business is display ads. And I think they literally have an attack against sites that are, putting up content, putting up ads for the monetization strictly. Mm-hmm. And so many blogger sites, are built this way. Mm-hmm. And I think they've finally said, we're going to just take a crack on this. So there's other models you can use where you don't have to monetize through ads.
Yeah.
You can still create great content. Google will like it. Just don't put ads up. Come up with different monetization. Get emails. Make it a premium, like what do they call it? A paywall or something. I think Google will actually like that. I think they're really sick and tired of sites that are just content with some images and then a plethora of ads on there.
Yeah,
I kind of want to just do away with that.
Yeah, quite often the ad networks get.
You can talk more about that, I think.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. And quite often the ad networks get hacked with malware as well. So it's a big problem for Google. And this has been well known. The ads that most people are using is AdSense, or what used to be called AdSense. I'm a dinosaur. I've been doing this, again, 25 years. I call it AdSense. They don't call their ad network AdSense anymore, but I still call it AdSense. And the argument in SEO used to be, but Google, AdSense is your product, and I'm using your product. So why did you derank me? And the Google search team, Matt Cutts at the time, again, this is how long I've been doing this, Matt Cutts at the time, but now the Google search team, and still did say, and still says, that's a different company. Google search is a different company, even before Alphabet. That's how old I am. Even before Alphabet, Google search engineering team was a different company than YouTube, than Gmail, then analytics, then AdSense, and then AdWords. And they have their own mandate and their own mission priority to make sure the pages that they serve on their search machine is the highest possible quality to maintain the highest level of user satisfaction. And their crusade against anything that they think is spammy and black hat and what they don't like, right? So you could do rank and rent. You can do, I don't like ads. I don't like ads for monetization. You can, don't do an ad network, but do a few choice ads, right? Do placed links. You can do that as well. So I think that's SEO tip 15, 15.1, and 15.2 for today. I think that's a lot of SEO tips for one day. So take a step back, look at your business, treat SEO like a business, and do some discerning judgments. You know, should I be doing this way? Should I be doing this that way? Take a step back. If you have any questions at all, email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. Again, you can try SEO Copilot for free for 14 days. Go ahead and try it for free. Just do some keyword research on it. Please, I'm begging you, and find better keywords to rank for. You will be better for it, I assure you. Also, if you're interested in learning more about this, going really deep diving into the nuts and bolts of SEO and how to be a top level SEO like Greg is and like I am and like all my other students are, you can Google Underground SEO University, but you should probably just email me, joshpashinsky@gmail.com, and let me know that you saw me here on the show, and I can definitely help you out with a huge discount. All right, guys, so thanks very much. We're going to leave it there. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see us for next week's, and good luck in the SERPs, guys, and we'll see you soon.